anymore or no? Are you still blocked?
I'm still blocked. I'm gonna try monitoring it on the computer this time, though.
Okay.
Okay. If I need to be interrupted, that's fine with me. Just tell me shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
We're live, aren't we?
Apparently.
You know, we're already being live streamed, so go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Yay! Hey guys, Original Guide to Spooky Empire, your spooky family back with you right after MegaCon, as a matter of fact, which we are going to get into. So first, disclaimer, blah, blah, blah. We are not official spooky staff. We are a bunch of longtime veterans that give you our perspective and our tips on having gone, so on, so on and so forth. If you have something against what we say, and we are not a PG webcast, fuck you. Simple as that. So I guess.
Well said.
The Rita
Glory holes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, put the kids to bed as well.
Penis.
Yeah. Look at this. 68 days to Spooky Empire.
What?
Funky fresh.
Funky fresh empire.
Hi, Matt.
Might as well tell me it's 12 days to Christmas or something.
Right?
Hi, Matt.
We're down to the double digits, man. Hi, Matt.
Well, I want to give a very special hello to my good friend from the last stream, Amy Medusa Morningstar, who was so nice to me in the comments and then blocked me. I just want to let you know that I'm going to say hi to you every time I see you. I love you so much.
Are you going to blow her kisses?
I'm not going anywhere, bitch. And I'm not going to shut up.
It is this kind of webcast, you guys. And this is why yeah. So, I'm taking it light tonight, drinking Coke, long story. Rob, what are you drinking?
I have a lovely lime seltzer with raspberry rum.
Ooh.
It's a flavor sensation, and
please make that for me, Rob. I would drink that. That sounds fun.
You know what? I was actually going to make this another lime sherbet version. Because that was the key. I left out the main ingredient to my my key lime pie float. It's lime sherbet, the lime seltzer, and then lime rum with graham cracker toppings, all sorts of good stuff. Anyway, this is the ghetto version. So
that sounds delicious. That previous concoction.
Yeah, no, and I was going to use the sherbet for this again, and I just said, I'm too lazy to scoop ice cream, which is really awful sad.
Oh no, I'm there right now.
Yeah, we got Amy's best friend Carly is back in the house.
Hey, hi, Carly. Amy and I are biffles. Hi, I miss you so much. Scary Harry, I can't wait to actually see you again. It's always such a pleasure. I'm so happy to hear you were going to be here. I'm surprised here. I thought I would be too tired because I did attend the Orlando shit show.
Oh,
I didn't go to the actual con, but I am drinking apple pie cider by our local lovely establishment, Cigar City. Do suggest them. So delicious. They were sold out everywhere in Orlando, but now that I got home, I'm back to my sweet, sweet baby angel.
Oh, that sounds good. Jesus Christ. Harriet, who hasn't been with us in quite some time, we are wondering, so happy to see you back.
Thanks. It's good to be back. I took time out because I moved. I actually bought a house and I moved. So
you did adult things.
We love to see it. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
In this climate, yes.
Right? Yeah. It was an interesting thing. It's been some good, some bad, but ultimately it was something that I had been wanting to do for a long time, planning on. It's good to see everybody. Carly, I can't wait to hear about your experience at MegaCon. I'm being boring. Yeah, I'm being boring tonight and drinking water in my MTV cup.
Okay, the MTV cup's amazing.
Anniversary.
That's right. Oh,
I will match your agua with Zephyr Hills. It's a good idea. Stay hydrated, friends.
Yes, hydration is very, very important. But yeah, no, Rob just mentioned how that was it 40th anniversary of MTV?
Yeah, and 14 years of music or something.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
Not wrong. The second the real world started, it was straight downhill from there.
But I have to say, one of the best programs that was ever on MTV was Liquid Television. That shaped my entire teenage years. The Max and The Head and Eon Flux and Stick Figure Theater. I love Stick Figure Theater. Super drama, but with stick figures.
Late night programming was top notch. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my God, I miss that.
And when you're an insomniac, it's the best thing for you.
Yes. Oh yes, absolutely.
What are you drinking, Demi?
Just Coke. It's an off day for me,
Oh,
so
that's right.
just I'm not drinking today.
But you
so.
look fabulous.
Yes.
I did it for TikTok.
Do it for TikTok.
Something different. Why
Girl,
not?
after I got banned for the 3rd time, I fell off TikTok so hard.
They don't like you.
It's this right here. It's
Yeah,
this.
they don't like titties.
They're like, and I said shit against incels, but you know what was real fun? I blocked a girl from the pinup group I was a part of, and all of a sudden I wasn't getting banned or reported anymore. And I'm like, maybe she was the problem.
Bitches be crazy. Okay.
Yes, unfortunately.
Let's just
especially
learn
when,
that right off the bat. Bitches be crazy.
when they're insecure.
Oh yes.
And it's about them, not about you.
And Demi, you're getting
And-
compliments on your hair.
Yes, I was about to say it. Angie was talking about how great your hair is. We all agree.
Not bad. $25 on Amazon. Not bad.
What? That's not natural?
Right?
Okay, but for like
I
10
feel
years
like
of
I
knowing
like
you,
you.
I did not know what your real hair looked like. And I kept thinking, oh, wow, her hair is like this and that. And then I saw you with the mohawk once and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, no, my hair is a fucking mess.
Well, I'm like, is that a frohawk? Now I need
Yes.
answers.
It is a frohawk, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's,
A lot of
I
people
have
don't
the
realize
fancy
that you
makeup.
are half black. Most people do
Yeah.
not get that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't because I'm pale as fuck. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my hair looks like those trolls that you on the pencil trolls.
Stop it. I love your natural hair.
But that's what my hair looks like. Am I wrong?
I don't think so. I think you're wrong. I'm going to call wrong.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, it's pretty accurate actually.
Speaking of shitty things, let's talk about MegaCon. The reason we're bringing that up is because MegaCon has gone up against Spooky God knows how many times, and I think those are the two of the conventions in town that constantly butt heads. And it's kind of like Walmart trying to push down the mom and pop. And it's only
Agreed.
got worse over the years. And a lot of people that go to Spooky don't go back to MegaCon, and they're just so incredibly night and day different these days. And we kind of like watched the shit show that was MegaCon. First off,
You
I
saw
just,
more of it than I did, and I was there, but not at the con itself.
well, it was just that MegaCon apparently and they do this every year, and it's so sad that everybody falls into it. They announce like a whole slew of guests, and then like 20% of them cancel.
Okay, I love in our personal chat, I won't say who said it because we're going to keep them anonymous, but someone said that they had a theory that they rent the rights to say announcing that this person's going to be here and they never have any intention of attending at all, and they cancel at the last minute, but then they get like a fee for using their name. And I was like, that feels so fucking real to me because it
Yeah.
happens ever since MegaCon was bought by a corporation, isn't run by Beth and her husband anymore.
Yeah.
That has been happening, and it as soon as that was said in our group, I was like, it's now canon in my head. That's
You know,
exactly-
MegaCon. If we're gonna take them, if we take them at the face value, the MegaCon theory of guests is you get as close to A-list or big name working actors that you can, but you only bring them in for 2 days or even 1 day.
Mhm.
You don't bring them in for a whole weekend because it's easier for them to fit it in their schedule. They don't have to
Always.
shell out quite as much money, but more importantly, it forces people to get a weekend pass. You don't, a 1 day pass won't really do it in some cases. Like if you're a Star Trek fan, William
Yeah.
Shatner was there on Thursday and Friday. Then he left. George Takei came in Saturday and Sunday. So, you want Star Trek
Paying for
people,
the
well, you
almighty
gotta get a
buck.
weekend pass. 1 day isn't gonna cut it. But the other side effect is because they do it in this way, it's easier for the guests to cancel. But this time, now I know, look, hey, we're Florida, we're super COVID. I get it. I completely get it why anyone
blame
would
a
not
single
want to
person
travel.
for
I don't blame the
canceling.
guests at all. Yeah.
But at the same time, goddamn, there was an unusual amount of guests that canceled after the
20
convention
guests.
started. Well, no, that's
20
total.
guests.
20 guests canceled total, but within the day, like Thursday, there were 5 cancellations as of Thursday. Big, and like one of them was their main draw, the Doctor Who guy,
Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah.
And Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser was like the day before or something
Well,
like
he
that.
was a week before. Brendan Fraser was a week before. But like I said, they had 5 big names cancel.
I love Brendan. I'm glad he canceled.
this
so he got
yeah
his
th-
Yeah.
This is
nothing against-
a cast that loves Brendan Fraser. Like, absolutely. We want him to have all the success.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he got offered the chance of a lifetime to be in a movie directed by Scorsese. You cannot turn that
Dude,
down.
take it.
Absolutely not.
Fucking take
Yeah.
it. Absolutely. No, I know, bear him no ill will. I just think it's funny. And here's the thing. MegaCon was so desperate for guests, they booked John fucking Lovitz, and I don't care what Rob says. John Lovitz, and then John Lovitz canceled. When John Lovitz cancels your con, it's time to rethink things.
Hey, I would love to meet John Lovitz.
I
think he's
agree. I'm
hysterical.
with both of them. Sorry,
Yeah.
Demi. You're not the majority on here. John Lovett seems like he would be a blast.
He would.
My
Oh, he
cat
wouldn't
is
be a blast,
rubbing
I'll tell you
the
that.
camera.
I've
Sorry,
heard him on
everybody.
the radio before. John Lovitz is kind of a mess.
Yeah, he seems like he's got a drinking problem.
I think he's just a personality problem.
Well,
It's like social
We all
anxiety.
enjoyed watching Tara Reid, so how can we really judge John Lovitz? Okay,
That's
kids.
true.
Real
That's-
quick, just keep up with the chat because I can look at it sort of today. Apparently, Matt had a lot of hagglers at the booth for the Jaws mugs.
Oh
My cat
Those
is
are
attacking the
fantastic.
camera, so I'm sorry everybody
no! That's
for the
okay.
weird.
FYI,
You're
check
attacking
out
the
Freak
camera.
Show
No, yes.
Yeah, check out Freak Show Designs if you're a Jaws fan because they made these really, really awesome mugs that they're something special. Also, you got some compliments on your makeup, Demi, and according to Matt, let's see, James said Celebrity Row was empty, which
Oh, and MegaCon is in 2022 is going to be the same time as Spooky again.
back in May.
Oh,
Maybe not the same week, same month.
Christina Paz, I was gone all weekend, so it's actually Phobos. Usually she doesn't want to touch anything, but she is just molesting this camera.
Your pussy's all up in it. We know.
Always.
Pussy
My
has
pussy is
teeth.
out of control. Hi, kitten. I will literally pet you if you come to me. Please stop rubbing
Oh,
the camera.
shit.
Oh my
Well,
God.
Rob shit his pants again. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
God, Rob, I'm so
Loudmouth
sorry.
boozy water.
Come here,
But-
kitten.
Well, one of the reasons that we do talk about this, and Matt could attest, vendors. A lot of the vendors also do MegaCon and Spooky, and because it's MegaCon screws over the vendors regularly, and those that are vendors that are there, like Matt can attest, they put you off to one side that is not near the celebrity area, so you don't get nearly as much traffic. They don't. They do it all the time. I've heard it time and time.
It just seems really awkward. I haven't been to MegaCon in years.
Uh-huh.
And when I did go, it just seems, I mean, it's at the, what is it? It's at the convention center.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't have like a homey feel. It doesn't feel,
Mm-mm.
it's not very intimate. And I mean, it runs the gamut of just all kinds of different pop culture. It's everything. It's anime, it's superheroes, it's horror.
It's very spread out, very watered down.
Yeah, and it's just it's all kinds of things. And you know, William Shatner was there, and I heard that some of the anime voice actors were there, and I heard that the lines for the anime voice actors were longer than Shatner. So you know, it's all that's yeah.
That's
And-
the
It's
kids.
age group. It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
age
so
group that goes to Mega.
Yeah, it just depends on it's also going to be a generational thing. I mean, we're all getting older, and there's always new
Bullshit.
things coming in. So
I'm not getting older. We're all getting older.
I said older, not old.
Well, according to James, she's got some feedback, and the vendors actually did pretty good. And I think partially because there were no guests, so they got a nice little spike because of that.
Good point.
Nice,
Okay.
Jennifer. I like what Jennifer just said. Horror only for me. You got it, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I MegaCon just seems so plastic to me. The last few times I went, it just seemed
It lost its soul a while ago.
it really did. It really did. But and one of the things that was really interesting about the guests, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it's funny that a lot of them had the plexiglass between them, and even for the photo ops, which makes the photo ops
Phobos.
that much more awkward. You're on either side of the plexiglass, so it's kind of like, and Rob made this joke, it's like you're visiting them in jail. So now I can't get that image out of my head.
I thought People Zoo, but okay.
Yeah, that too.
Which, you know what, and I get for the health reasons, good, but at the same time, it's like if these pictures are a memory, that's now your memory. It's like I couldn't interact because there's a wall. I can Photoshop that really, really well.
Oh yeah.
So just saying, if anybody wanted their picture with the cast of Full House, let me know. I'll hook you up for half of what MegaCon was charging.
Could you put
Well,
me
you-
in John Stamos's arms, though, is the question.
I
Yeah,
was
even
gonna say, I'd be
even-
like doing mime shit with John Stamos, you know?
yeah, even still, if they had a decent photographer, they could have just the way that they took the pictures, they could have not seen that plexiglass right in between, but
Sure.
they took it kind of at an angle, and I think somebody was leaning on it on one of the pictures, and so it was just kind of like this part of their shoulder was flat, and you have the guests
Yeah.
on the other side, and I thought, well, why would they do that? I mean, I don't, I guess, I know it's kind of a remembrance, it's an experience, but I don't know why you would want to have that kind of an experience. That, I get it, it's COVID, but to me, it just really seemed very awkward and cheap, and I didn't care for it
Well,
at
they're
all.
saying, and no one here will be surprised, that Barrowman came out from behind his table to take pics with
That's-
families.
Of all
That's him
people,
100%. He'll cross dress. He does free panels at Dragon Con. He'll show up and show out for his fandom. He is one of the sweetest people on the planet.
And not to mention, he walks in heels like no one I've ever seen before in my
Bitch
life.
can stomp in a pair of heels.
Mm-hmm. No, John Barrowman is worth it, and I know he doesn't do horror, but it's like I would be okay with him being at Spooky because the man is an absolute force of nature.
We
Yeah,
can bring
he-
him to Mayhem or bring him to Retro or whatever. we're
Sure,
gonna
there you
call
go.
Yeah,
it.
honestly, too, and have him be the MC of the costume contest, because how fun would he be?
I'd be dead. I would be dead, and it would be amazing, and I would just be a puddle, and it would be awesome. And
Yep.
but I love him. I'm glad he was there, and I saw some pictures, and he made the most of having the plexiglass. I could see him doing like the cable guy thing, where his nipple up against. I could totally see him.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Also, that's now canon.
Real quick, I wanted to revisit the John Stamos comment from earlier. Bob Saget has a TikTok that's not bad, and he had he's doing like it's don't you love spending time with the one you love, and he's panning his camera. He's in his hotel bathroom, and there is John Stamos getting ready. He's got the hair dryer going. That's still a good looking man.
They do
I
a
gotta tell
lot
you.
of very homosexual things together, which I
bet.
completely
I'm here for
love. I'm
Yeah.
here for it too. Honestly, and this is not going to be the popular opinion, I think that Bob Saget is more attractive than Stamos. That's just my
Absolutely.
personal thing. I also was so happy to see him do comedy. Stamos technically did horror because he was in Scream Queens, and he was really fucking funny in
Yeah.
Scream Queens.
I'm voting for John Stamos for Spooky. I'm here for it.
Well,
John
I will
Stamos for
just say
president.
that Bob Saget's aristocrats joke that qualifies as horror in my book.
You're not
That is-
wrong.
Wrong and bad and dirty, and even for us, just
Of course, Barrowman did his photo op in a TARDIS dress and heels. Nobody is surprised. Amazing. What a legend.
Here's the look of shock and awe, or shock and surprise.
well, it was interesting. We were talking to somebody that actually went to MegaCon, and they aren't doing the wristbands, or they had you had an electronic pass on your lanyard, and apparently you had to swipe to get in, but
Yeah, I
also
heard about that.
swipe to leave.
Because they were
Which-
counting how many people were at the con.
That was interesting. Okay, all right.
Is that
Numbers for insurance for COVID. That's 100% an insurance for COVID thing. They have to keep it has to be under a certain number under, or they lose their insurance and then it's a whole shit show. And
Okay, I can understand that.
was it leaving certain rooms or just when you were leaving the con altogether?
Leaving altogether, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, that was odd.
Yeah.
But
Matt, you're hilarious. It's Stamos, the big guest PD is holding on to. Surprise! Breaking news on the original guide to Spooky Empire. Stamos is the secret guest.
You know what? Yeah,
Spooky
that's
Stamos.
okay.
I'm here for it. I love
Leave
it.
alone, kitten.
It's official. We said so.
If it
Well-
happens, we didn't know for real, guys. If that turns out to be the thing.
No, well, I mean, you shouldn't take anything we say verbatim. I mean, and I say this in the disclaimer, and y'all know it's like official stuff, spookyempire.com, blah, blah, blah. Everything we say is more or less just shit that we think we know. And we think we know everything, even if we don't know shit.
I do know a lot of stuff, not everything.
Yeah.
Like I don't know science, so I leave that up to medical professionals.
Which is actually a good segue into talking into how everything that's going on with COVID is affecting the con circuit now. And because it's interesting seeing what it's affecting and what it's not affecting. Because one of the conventions that I keep an eye on all the time is Midsummer Scream, which is like a very small industry horror convention out in California.
Someday we'll go. It's a goal of mine to get out there.
Oh, I just, the small vendors there, the artists, everything is so fantastic.
The Coalition to Save Halloween that I follow on Instagram and everything, I got their little badge last year because wear a mask, save Halloween. They had a booth this year, and it was one of those classic lunch boxes, and inside of it was all like antibacterial and gloves and eye protection and like a flashlight, and so it was your normal be safe for trick-or-treating, but also for COVID.
That's really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
See, I love shit like that. That the like conventions are starting to meld to COVID, you know, with things that we should normally have anyway. You know, that's really fucking cool. But I mean,
especially for cons. You've been preaching that for years.
I was checking out that website and some of the pictures they do like 3 different shows. They have the Midsummer, which is they like get ready for the season, and they have the Midsummer Scream, and then they have the season's Screamings. They have one in December.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was checking them out. They have like 3 different shows out in Pasadena, but again, they were saying masks are required, and they were, you know, just really taking everything to heart because they want everybody to still come, but you also have to be safe. So
one of the things I absolutely love that I saw is that a lot of these people that are dressing up in cosplay, the masks are incorporating. And I've been saying this forever. It's like, if you're going to cosplay, it's so easy to incorporate a mask and to have it look good.
So last year, one of the compliments we got because I worked for Zoo Tampa for costuming, one of the compliments we got was I made a custom mask for every single character. The Evil Queen, the mermaid, like the pirates, everybody had a custom mask. All the scarecrows had painted masks, and we incorporated it in with the costume. If you're already creative enough to make a cosplay, just take it one step further and create a matching mask. It's not that hard.
Here, let me just show off an example from this is from the show you were just talking about.
Love it.
Yeah, she looks fantastic, and the mask looks like it goes with it. It doesn't take away from anything. It's beautiful.
Yes, that belt is everything too.
Yeah, and like Carly said, she's even decorated the mask, and you know, she's even put like the little beads and stuff on her face. It looks like it's part of the costume. Yeah. So, you know, well, that's what I mean. If we all have to wear a mask, you might as well make it part of your costume.
I plan on putting some of those hard molds over some fabric masks this year for the Halloween thing in order to make it look like a skull bottom or a monster face on the bottom half to try to incorporate it in. But last year I sewed 500 individual masks for local hospitals, and then I sewed all the ones for friends, and then I sewed all the ones for the events. I will not be sewing any more masks. My forehands cannot take it. So I'm going to be
I want that okay.
I'm going to be buying masks and augmenting them to dye them and make them beautiful. Get some fabric markers, make it a thing.
I like that. Very, very environmentally conscious. Let's go with that.
Love you. Be my PR. I love it.
I'm okay. I'm absolutely. One of the other things that we saw that was actually really cool at MegaCon, Ron Perlman was in attendance at MegaCon. And one of the great things he did, if you actually brought him your vaccine card, he gave you a free autograph print.
What? The fuck? Again, I'm so mad I missed that because I love him.
One of those people that we really don't deserve is Ron Perlman. There's like no bad stories about this guy.
Nothing.
God, he's so cool.
That's just really cool. And I would love to see, because that's a great incentive. And I would love to see if other celebrities are going to follow suit, because, you know, this about Ron Perlman, word is going to get around.
Yeah. Yeah, we've requested him often for Spooky and for.
He's done so many great films that are horror.
And retro. Well, yeah, but I mean, for fuck's sake, he's Hellboy, you know? And it's
13 Sins personally.
And very clear, he is Hellboy. Not that other freaking abortion of a film.
Okay, real quick, I just want to interrupt because a funny story about David Harbour, who I know really should never have done that. He just did an episode of Hot Ones.
I do love Hot Ones.
The interview where they eat, spicy food. or the hot wings with increasingly hot sauce. His was actually really funny because towards the end, he's just got this delirious look of happiness on his face. And he explains that it's like, I've been sober for 15 years. All of the endorphins, all the hot sauce, that's whatever it's doing to my brain. This is the closest I've been to like being drunk for 15 years.
Oh my God.
I just want to stop real quick and mention the way this man looks most of the time, and you're telling me he's sober?
Yeah. 15 years sober. I get it.
I mean, good for him, but you can't tell by looking at him.
He's actually cleaned up a little bit. He lost some weight, which apparently his wife wasn't real happy about.
Yeah, I saw that whole thing. I mean, he lost weight during Hellboy too, kind of.
Yeah.
No,
one other Hot Ones thing I'll mention for those of you who wanted to see Elijah Wood, and because he and the rest of the Hobbits canceled at MegaCon.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings canceled MegaCon.
Wait, he was supposed to be here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that group canceled like months ago. It's old news. But he was the most recent episode of Hot Ones, and honestly, he's one of the best interviews they've done in a long time.
Please tell me he talked about his movie production studio.
Yes.
Yeah. Making incredible horror films. He's changing the genre, which is fantastic.
They definitely talked about that. Not a lot of Lord of the Rings, basically. It's more his, the Hot Ones, I'll give them this. They do a good job of finding really kind of off the beaten path questions. Doesn't always work. Sometimes the
No, dude, what was your first movie? No.
Sean is amazing. I love the explain this Instagram section where they pull up a random picture, like what was going on in this photo.
I love that.
But then when they're at the hottest of them and they're like, okay, answer these questions in really fast sequence, and people are literally like, Bobby Lee shit his pants on that, which I was like, great. You should probably talk to a doctor.
I was gonna say he probably does that on a regular basis anyway.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay actually had to puke while he did.
Oh my God. Gordon Ramsay was hilarious in that episode.
Good.
But anyway, this is not a Hot Ones
fantastic.
special because Rob, I could go on about this for hours with you.
Yeah,
But other than vaccine stuff, interesting thing, we actually may have a sponsor on our hands, like an actual sponsor, not like just someone we know or whatever. We got contacted by a company called Carpe. And they asked, and it was actually really interesting. They asked we would use their products, and I was like, well, I happen to co-host this, webcast for a convention. Now, interesting, because this is their, I don't know if you can read it.
Hold on up.
Yeah, it looks good to me. I can read it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But apparently this, and this is especially now because we are in Florida and it is hot as fuck. It's antiperspirant. But it's, and we're going to give you feedback on this stuff, but I mean, just as an example, this is a wonderful idea to put on yourself when you're in a convention, especially like you go to the bathroom, wipes, clean yourself up, that's friggin' awesome. Also, they have, and we'll be trying this out.
I am so excited.
Yeah, an exfoliating wash. It's like, okay, all right.
Very nice.
I want to try this out. This is super exciting. I just want to make a little side note that all the people here who are like, I use only all natural rocks that I rub underneath my armpits. They're not working. As a whole, this is your intervention. We gathered here together today just to talk to you, to tell you it's not fucking working. You smell like garbage that a raccoon ate and threw up.
Hotel soap. It doesn't fucking work.
It doesn't.
Well, and it's funny because Carly actually brought this up the last time. We can actually focus on this. Yes, they actually have something for under breasts.
Oh my God, I need that.
I know. When she showed me that earlier today, I was like, absolutely going to buy that. 100%.
This is a rather jiggly webcast group. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of you.
Yeah, and it's not even just for women. Some of you larger men. Yeah, some of you larger men. You got the moves. It helps. All right, and then the last one that we're going to be trying out. Let's see, is it focusing?
Groin powder?
Yes.
That's cool.
Women's groin powder. So there's a pH balance there.
This doesn't have to be gender specific.
It says women's powder. It has to be gender specific.
So if you put this on your balls, it's not going to work. Is that what you're saying?
It might turn my balls into a vagina. You don't know.
I'm for it. Let's vote on the cast. Everybody for Rob getting a vagina.
Make them shrivel up and die.
This is what we're going to find out. We're going to test run this stuff, and it's white jasmine. Tell me you don't want your scrotum smelling like white jasmine.
I would
Who
like it if the
doesn't?
men I ever dated ever bothered to smell like that.
I'll just put natural white jasmine on my balls. How about that?
No, that's not how that works. But no, it's like we're going to be trying this out, and the next webcast will be letting you guys know. And I believe the website is mycarpe.com. It's mycarpe.com.
Awesome. I'm gonna order some because I really want to try it.
Yeah, no, and we're definitely going to be doing this, and we're going to be giving it a trial run for Spooky because Lord knows y'all need it.
Well, even though it's gonna be fall soon, there's no such
It's
fucking thing in Florida. And the entire cast of women who come and go in the show, we're all part of the Big Titty Committee, so absolutely gonna endorse it. Yeah, seriously,
Yes,
because
facts.
Robbie, Danielle, like all of us, Sabrina, like all of us have the big titties.
Even Mo, you know? He knows I
Don't
love
you
it.
talk about my Mo that way? He's so sweet. I love him.
No, I love him. Yeah, he knows.
And also, Angie just volunteered Matt to test the vagina powder.
Perfect. Okay, we're gonna do
Delicious.
this.
Love
We're gonna
it.
do this. Yeah, so we're
He
definitely
might not accept,
me
but
out.
you know.
yeah, but yeah, so this is gonna be cool. I don't know if we're doing a show next week. We have something special planned. I'll get into it later. But yeah, we wanted to do one because of MegaCon. But yeah, Carpe antiperspirant, and we are absolutely here for it because Lord knows anything that makes y'all smell better, we are 1000% endorsing.
Mhm.
Although I will say, for all of my years of doing cons, Spooky, and I'm not telling you guys not to keep up with this, but Spooky overall does usually smell better than, say, MegaCon or DragonCon.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing smells worse than
The
dragon.
rejects go to MegaCon.
I agree. DragonCon smells like sex, shame, and shit. So
In cheap
Three
booze. You left
S's.
out the cheap booze.
that was part of the
Yeah.
shame.
Okay. That's-
Mhm.
Oh my God. I mean, Harriet, have you heard anything else about MegaCon this weekend?
No, I just what everybody is saying. I like the idea of the lanyards. I like the masks were required.
And being held to, like, I heard from
Yes.
people that 99% of people were wearing them. So
One of the things I wanted to ask you, Carly, is did you see a lot of people dressing up in costume, or just were they just
so many costumes.
were they just excited to get out of the house? Because I thought, if people were really looking forward to going to this thing, they're going to be working on their costumes at home. And I said, if you've got the time, you might as well work on your costume.
It's
So
true.
that was my thing. I was
So
hoping that there would be a lot-
how real can I get with you about what I saw? I just need your permission, because there's some things that I saw that I was like, this is very interesting.
Well,
I will just preface it with this. We've been doing conventions literally between all of us for decades. So
I'm a professional
high standards.
costume maker for a living.
Yes.
It's what I do for a living. So I have a more critical eye.
And for the record, I used to write about these conventions for money a
Yeah.
long time ago. And I'll say this, I'll tell this story on another show. I'm actually referenced in multiple people's master's theses and PhD
That's interesting.
documents for things I've written from like 2004.
That's
Why?
awesome,
Because
Rob.
I was like the only person writing.
So I just want to update you guys on the chat real quick. Cami, friend of mine, Cami Jacobs, was also my costume teacher. A friend of mine was a vendor at MegaCon, and apparently the con forgot to list them.
Oh,
oh my
So
God.
that sucks every time.
MegaCon does not give a shit about y'all, which is
And
why
then,
we love Spooky.
Is it James? Is that how we say it? I hope
yes,
so.
James.
Yeah.
Too much spandex, not enough dance belt. We could have an entire fucking webcast about that. Kids are dick level with you. For the love of God, I don't need to know what your religious preference is by the outline of your penis. Fucking wear a dance belt. It's not that hard. They've remade them. They're not like made out of Kevlar anymore. They're actually really comfortable. There was a lot of spandex. There was a lot of that printed spandex thing that took over so many years ago. But the subgenre of things I saw was a lot of little for big. And for anybody who doesn't know what that is,
Don't know
it
what that
is when you are a full grown adult, and this is not yucking anybody's yum. It's just interesting to see it out in the wild so advertise, because it is a fetish that you usually keep at fetish clubs or at home or in your little polycule or whatever. But there were a lot of people wearing little bibs and like the little baby rompers where they're little and they want their daddy. And I am going to say the meanest fucking thing. It made me cry how small so many of these asses were that did not fill out these diapers they were wearing. I was real sad about it. I know. I told you I was going to bring the tea, Demi. I told you I was going to bring the tea.
No, and I'm sorry. That if you want to do that shit, good on you. Whatever floats your boat, whatever. MegaCon is a family, all ages inclusive. Come on, man. We don't need to see that shit. I'm sorry.
Seeing shit that says Pudding's property, no touching. I'm like, how are they even going to find it? Your ass is deflated. It's like sucked into. Oh, it was terrible. And kids had to see this all day.
Yeah, and Matt and James are kind of saying the same thing, guys. If you're wearing spandex, wear a codpiece. And James saying tights for women. We don't need to see your meat flaps. And there were a lot of Lolitas.
I am going to say too, Dementia years ago, and I was like, me, are you talking about me? Because I do a lot of mashups with pinup. I was doing it first before anybody else was doing it. But just mix two things together. It doesn't even need to be like Deadpool with Star Wars. It can just be like a pinup Deadpool or a rockabilly Deadpool or a historical Deadpool. Don't mix two fandoms together. Those kind of mashups sometimes don't read well. But apparently at a Moshi party, it'll win you first prize, which is $500, because there was a Boba Fett Jedi Shredder who won last night. Boba Fett Jedi Shredder. And the costume was well made, but it was just, it's like when you're like, these are a lot of good ideas, but maybe we spread them out. And the girl was beautiful, like a 10. She was stunning. But I'm like, maybe we just spread them out, maybe a little bit. And a lot of bad costumes. That one thing I want to say, there's nothing wrong with a bad costume. It does hurt my industry. China's killing us, but just iron it.
There you go, Buy American. But
just fucking iron it. You just took it out. It's this long robe. Just a quick iron. Put it in the dryer. Get a hot shower.
I was gonna say, just steam it. That's going to just steam it the night before in the hotel shower. It's not that difficult. Oh my God, See, this is what happens when, and I'll say it right out. When you say cosplay is for everyone, that doesn't make it good.
100%. It doesn't mean it has to be good. You could just have fun in it. But yeah. I'm just happy that I haven't seen glomping in the past 10 years, because I will fucking full on punch you in the throat.
There was a funny glomping incident years ago with Carl. Some of you guys know him. Carl's a big dude. It's about 6'3", 6'4", and someone tried to glomp him and just ran straight into him. A younger girl, like hit a brick wall, just bam, and then crashed.
Poor girl doesn't know math anymore.
God, I just yeah. But this is all the stuff.
Oh my God, James is totally right. Why wear a custom costume that's $1,000 with fucking flip flops? Ooh, and then I did see the thing that was the laziest thing, and Demi, you called this. They literally put on any fucking bathing suit outfit and then threw on some cheap ass Loki horns. It was like, I'm a Loki variant. I was like, oh my God.
No, you're not.
Fuck off.
No, you're not. Say no.
All right.
No,
Well,
this is why, keep the shit at MegaCon. We want cool people at Spooky. So this is why, MegaCon, you stay to Walmart. You want to go to Walmart? You fine, go to Walmart. But no, we're over here at like Neiman Marcus, okay? So
well, do we want to move on back to Spooky? Get back to something.
I just want to say one last thing about the after parties, because I did attend them. My friend is a dancer, and here's the thing that I want to just get off my chest. Y'all motherfuckers are forcing us entertainers to take unsafe jobs, because our industry is fucking dead. And if we want to make any money, we have to go to these parties where the level, and Demi, I have been to so many Dragon Con raves. I've been to San Diego fucking Comic Con. I have never seen this level of horny ever in my I've been to sex clubs, guys, and I have not seen this level of horny. Like, just literally the dirty dancing and
that's exactly what it is. And that's right. I said it.
But I want to tell you guys, the worst thing I saw wasn't even that. A girl climbed on stage, and every part of me working in a theme park was like, ma'am, get the fuck off the stage, because the dancers are trying to dance safely. And she was that weird Renaissance fair. I wear the neon rave things, but I'm only half a furry, but I'm really old and I didn't put any makeup on, and I have the flip-flops. It's like, just commit, please, go one way or the other. She climbed on stage, and there were beach balls that they were flowing around, and she licked it and then pulled the nipple out and then blew it back up and then licked it again and then threw it. She didn't just catch COVID, she just got gonorrhea. Like, this has touched every inch of this fucking floor. And then she, instead of walking off the stage, guys, she backed up off the stage. I had 3 fucking masks on. I was 10 feet away in a corner behind the sound booth. And I was just like, what the fucking shit is going on? I was there as a spotter and someone to help with costumes because my friend has to dance at these events. So just please get fucking vaccinated and wear a goddamn mask. You assholes.
Have a condom while you're at it.
A whole
Yeah,
body
right?
and don't put your
Dental dam,
mouth on beach
whole body
balls.
dental dam.
Yeah,
Jeez.
don't like random beach balls. That's
Jesus
Oh my
just
Christ.
God. See, yeah. So
That's
get
the advice
vaccinated.
my grandma gave me.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
It was so gross. Could you imagine? Just like, oh, I don't know who blew this up.
Dirty even thinking about it. Yeah.
I literally got shivers when I watched it. I was like, no, no. Like, that's the real horror movie.
Yeah. Oh God, fuck no.
That's
All right, switching gears a little bit. Spooky. We haven't had much on Spooky. Tuesday Night had to actually. Her name is Tuesday Night. Actually, has been announced as part of the Nightmare on Elm Street reunion. So when they said that they were actually going to bring in more Nightmare on Elm Street people, Tuesday Night, who is the I think 4 and 5, she's in. Is that right, Rob?
I think 4, she took over for Patricia Arquette. She took the Patricia Arquette
She took
character
the
in
psychic
3.
role.
oh that's correct.
You know how
Yep.
long into that movie it took me to realize that she was supposed to be the same fucking character?
Yeah,
I was like,
they didn't
oh,
drill that one home, did they? I
no.
will tell you, it's funny. This is one of those moments where if there's someone that you're not really familiar with and you're kind of like, okay, whatever, just take 5 minutes to go into their IMDb or their Wikipedia and look at what they've done, because she actually did something really, really fucking cool that I was not aware of. She did voice acting for an episode of Spicy City. Now, I know that show probably means nothing to 99.9% of humanity.
No
In
idea what it is.
1997, Comedy Central announced that they were doing an adult cartoon. That was South Park. And I don't remember what the reason was, but like, I don't know if they had been in negotiation with HBO, but HBO said, okay, well, we need an adult cartoon first. And so they reached out to Ralph Bakshi. He's the guy that actually did Fritz the Cat back in the 70s. He did,
Oh, yeah.
uh,
Oh,
he did,
all right.
he did Lord of the
Who he
Rings, the animated one. And he actually did some great stuff, American Pop, The Wizards, whatever.
Mhm.
It's another conversation. But he went ahead and he made this the adult cartoon called Spicy City. It was kind of like a sexy cyberpunk show with an anthology kind of thing going for it.
Okay.
The show was kind of cool. Again, it had a very small cult following. Yeah, Chris remembers it. There we go. And she apparently did one of the voices on that show. And again, that's like a microcosm. People even know that, but that caught my attention in a big way. So I doubt she'll
Chris
have
is an
pictures of it.
MVP for knowing that. Andy's an MVP for joining me and paying for my $31 ticket to the Moshi party. I think it was $35 once it was fees. Guys, the prices have gone up. Well, that's the thing is, with us going to Dragon Con, that's what you're talking about earlier, Scary Harry, about the culture. Like, you have to pay to get into MegaCon and then walk or Uber over to another completely separate event that's a party. But yeah, Chris knew your awesome show, Rob, which I will look up and watch. And he was my escort last night, and then we left. I was there for 5 minutes, got pictures of my friend, and went and drank at Cabana Bay.
Yeah, for the record, just that sounds like a wonderful time. I think all the episodes of Spicy City, it only lasted one season for a couple reasons, but they're all on YouTube last I checked.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna look that up and then message you in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you know who Ralph Bakshi is, if you know what the kind of stuff he does, it's exactly what you should expect. So most people probably won't dig it, but it was interesting. It was different, and I still get a kick out of it. Some episodes are better than others.
Yeah, but that's something I usually recommend when it comes to spooky guests. It's like, okay, yeah, Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund, blah, blah, blah. But look at the rest of their catalog.
Yeah, because they're tired of hearing the same shit, I'm sure.
I know. It's like, okay, and I've seen it happen. I think it was, oh God, who was it? I want to say Vivica Fox. and someone brought up like Kill Bill, and it's like, she's done so much more. And you just saw like the lights go out and she just gave her automated response. I was like, okay, next. No, look up their catalog because you may discover all sorts of cool stuff. You know, David Naughton is tired of talking about American Werewolf in London. Okay, look up other stuff that they've done. Trust me on this, and they will thank you. And you'll come away with a fantastic story. I can't say that enough.
Yep, definitely. That's definitely for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, and we'll start wrapping up a few things, but there's a new. We talked about the Munsters, I guess, on the last show. So it's only fair that we talk about the new Tim Burton Addams Family, because they've announced some of the casting for it. And
we're gonna fight.
As Morticia, we have Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Which I think unanimously we're all okay with that, right?
I'm gonna say that Ava Green would have been my choice because I fucking love her and she's gorgeous and spooky as shit.
Okay, well, Harriet, what about you?
I would have preferred Eva Green. I think that would have been a great idea. I don't like Catherine Zeta-Jones as Morticia. I don't.
I'm with you.
Okay.
And I don't like who they're trying to go for as for Gomez.
Oh,
Louis Guzman, come on down.
we're all gonna fight.
No,
I do
Yeah.
understand him because he's closer to the original comics,
Yes, the
which started it
original
all.
comics, that Gomez was just a troll. He was
Okay. That doesn't
But
matter.
Raul Julia is who most of us now associate in our age range associate it with. And I mean, my God, I wish that Street Fighter wasn't his last movie.
Well, even
Yeah.
the original, I mean, like Harriet and I go back to John Aston. That was the Gomez we knew.
I
Right.
love John Aston.
Yeah, even in the comics, it's like, okay, yeah, in the comics he was trollish, whatever. But
He was so good in
still-
Frighteners.
Yeah, but he was still like a ladies' man. He was still suave. He was still charming. Even looking the way he looked, he was still charming. Luis Guzman cannot do charming. Watch Boogie Nights.
I beg to differ. That's a
Watch
charming
Boogie
ass man
Nights.
right there.
and
No.
I just don't see the two of them together. Can you
Yeah.
see the two of them, like Catherine Zeta-Jones and Luis
I
Guzman?
don't know. Let's see who Catherine Zeta-Jones is with right now. He kind of looks like the Crypt Keeper, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Michael Douglas
And-
doesn't swag. So
Well, Michael Douglas is also like, I got throat cancer from cunnilingus. That is homophobic, sir.
Allegedly.
Everything you said is awful.
allegedly, allegedly.
And then and just to round it out, Wednesday is going to be played by Jenna Ortega. At the
I
biggest
don't
thing
know
I
who
think
she
she's
is,
done
but
was
good
Where
for her.
did-
Babysitter 2.
La Familia Los Adams. What are we? what
Wait,
are we
the
doing?
younger girl that was in
The new
Babysitter-
girlfriend he got at the end. Yeah.
She's a great actress. I just don't know. I mean, Christina Ricci is my win. It's so hard.
Well, she's already 18. She's
Yeah.
not a kid.
Well, no,
But
this is
then
not
also
supposed
she
to be
does-
her as a kid. This is supposed to be like, remember that girl years ago who did the adult Wednesday Addams? This is more what that show is going to be like, where the guy catcalled and then she got all the tattooed guys to come and catcall and be like, wasn't you feel like catcalling me on the street? Here's this guy. He was arrested for this.
Yeah. But I just keep going back. It's just Luis Guzman. I love him. He's done a bunch of stuff that I absolutely love. But okay, here's the thing.
Real quick,
Now, when
the
it comes to
chat, hold
Gomez,
on. Can I interrupt with the chat because this is really damn funny? Angie just said there's not a room dark enough to make out with Guzman.
thank you, Angie. Yes.
James
No,
says she'll
I
have to
don't-
see before she
Ew.
judges. Christina says Raul Julia did Street Fighter because his kids liked it, which is true.
Christina Ricci is pregnant?
Is she?
Good for her.
Okay. That's why she can't do Wednesday. And
I mean,
she
I
was-
would want her as Morticia. That's been the dream of the internet with the editing, where everyone's like, she dressed up like this. No, it's editing. She never dressed up like it,
No.
but she would fucking kill it.
But she's pretty tiny though, isn't she?
And she's
Yeah.
been away from all that. She's been trying to get
So
away
with
from
Morticia,
like,
you need some a
so.
little more statuesque. That's
Yeah.
I don't know, because the TV show, she wasn't big, she wasn't tall. It's just
No.
Angelica Houston fucking slayed that role.
Mhm.
God, what a
But that's
sexy!
how
Oh
it
my
was again in
god!
the comics. If you look at that, Morticia was, a good head taller than
But it doesn't
and
matter when
Gomez,
you
which
have leading men like Tom Cruise, who's 5'4", and how tall is Louise? Like,
I
come
would
on, it
rather
doesn't.
Tom Cruise than
doesn't
Luis
seem like a
Guzman.
tall man,
That's
which
why I
again,
hate
it's
this
why
thing.
I think I am Team Louise. Okay,
No.
No.
That's the real question. Ryan Scott's got the real question. Who's playing Uncle
haven't
Fester?
announced it yet. They've only announced those 3 roles, so we don't have a
Yeah.
Pugsley. We don't
Who's
have a Lurch.
playing Debbie?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk about movies that feel like they were made by Tim Burton, but weren't. That blew my mind as an adult. I was like, Tim Burton didn't make those movies? All right.
Which
Okay,
is why I don't honestly.
like, okay.
I don't.
Well,
I
let's
don't
say
think we need
I
a
want
Tim Burton
to
for
talk
this.
about who I think should play Gomez Adams, and I don't care. I will fight anybody. Pedro Pascal, Oberyn Martell did not get nearly enough time in Game of Thrones. He needs to be Gomez Adams.
I would like to see him in a remake of The Princess Bride if they did it, because he would be great.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, him with the mountain as the other guy. That would be
That's funny.
incredible.
It says it. Yeah, I like that.
But no, he would be great. And then a bunch of people wanted the guy who plays Poe Dameron to be him. I think he voiced him in the movie, didn't he? The new cartoon? Isn't he the voice for that?
No, Oscar Isaac is the. Oh, what? Okay.
Oscar Isaac. That name's
Oh, Oscar Isaac was Gomez.
his stuff.
Isn't that the guy who plays Poe Dameron?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who that is. So.
Somebody in the chat, Christina, you should know this.
Okay.
Saying yes.
Harriet, who would you choose if you had your dream Gomez?
Well, that's just it. It's like I couldn't think of anything that I would anyone current that I would want to have as Gomez. I love Carly's idea for Eva Green as Morticia. I think that's a great idea. But yeah, maybe the guy Pedro Pascal wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
You would.
By the way, Rob, I was right.
You would still
Okay,
need
good for
somebody
you.
who has a name, but
I don't
you
really know who Oscar Isaac is, so there you go.
I don't either.
Yeah, I just anything that's coming up now, the Rob Zombie remake of Monsters, and then this, it's just
It's too much.
it's too much. I just go back. They released Addams Family as a cartoon, and I got more excited for that than I
Why
did.
are
for
we
the
doing the
remake
cartoon and the
announcement.
live action? That's a great point, Harriet.
Yeah.
And James, I actually was I thought Antonio would nail it too, because let's face it, if you saw
Four rooms, James. 4 rooms.
If you saw
That's what
4
we said.
rooms, he already was
He
Gomez.
was in 4 rooms. What,
Absolutely.
what, 20?
Don't misbehave. Gary
Gary
Busey is Gomez.
Kid, every
Love
time we
it.
leave the house, don't misbehave all the time.
Fucking Gary Busey.
I would actually like to see him play both Gomez and Fester. I think he should do a dual role.
That would be amazing. Yeah, there's already going to be a second Addams Family cartoon, so why are we making a live action? This just
Because they
feels
don't
like
have any
the
original
DC.
ideas.
This feels like the DC universe where they're like, yes, we had a Joker, but now we have another Joker, and then we're gonna have another Joker,
I
and
know,
then there's
that's
another Joker, but
It's
then there's
kind
like
of
the
what
Joker
Disney
Joker.
does now. It's because like why Disney does all their live action versions of their movies. They can't remake their movie, so they're
They're all
the
so
animated
bad.
movie, but
They're
they
all
still need to
so
mine it.
bad.
So now they're gonna do a live action. So
Ugh.
it's-
I can't think of a single actor to play Gomez. It's just I had the Morticia idea. That was it, because
Yeah.
she is stunning. And if you saw Penny Dreadful, she was already almost Morticia in that. Like just
yeah.
bloop. She's also got the best pair of tits. Like, I'm sorry. She was in that 300 movie and she was just like, blah. And I was like, did not see this coming. Thank you, God. Rotten Tomatoes, the second 300 movie is really, really good just for that reason.
Oh, that's hilarious.
In case anybody
It
didn't
was
know,
the-
I'm pretty gay.
It was, you know what, there really wasn't a whole lot to like about Sin City 2, A Dame to Kill For, the movie. Her segment's not bad. Because, yeah,
You
close
did,
free.
tried to catch lightning in a bottle again, and it just didn't. It wasn't even as pretty.
Ha ha ha.
No, look, it's
You'll like
because-
this one, Demi. Ryan Scott says Fatone to be cousin it. Snoop Dogg was cousin it, so why can't it be Joey Fatone?
Dude, Joey is every single part of. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Ryan, make it happen. We know you
Yeah.
have contacts.
Exactly. No, I do. Joey is Gomez. Absolutely, I'm here for it. Yeah.
And Mike says that Pedro is a good pick, and I agree. Now everyone's saying Fatone. Fatone.
Yeah. But and speaking of which, and I don't know if Patone will be a guest at Spooky. We can only cross our fingers. But if they do something like plexiglass at Spooky, I hope every single one of you do something with that. Don't just stand on the side of the glass. Do something fun. Bring something to it. Make a memory there.
I'm gonna make one of those butt monsters from Dreamcatcher that came out of the assholes and just stick it to the plexiglass like it's trying to get to them.
I'm gonna, you know what? One of those,
I just want to stick my boobs up.
dildos,
That's
a
all.
Right.
dildo that you kind of, that's the suction cup that you stick, you know.
Yeah.
in the shower.
Rob,
Yes.
could you imagine that? Oh my god, what's the crazy fucking band that does all the dicks on them? Guar. Could you imagine if Guar was there again and just like Ryan is letting us know that My Greek Wedding 3 is filming. I did not know there was a second one. So
yeah. There was
No
a second.
one
It was
saw
all right.
I
Wasn't
haven't
great.
seen any of them.
The first
Oh,
one's
you
good.
can see the first one.
First one's good.
Not my thing.
First one's
All right.
classic. It doesn't.
Real quick,
I hate chick flicks, but it was classic.
before we wrap up, I want to plug a local store that's not Prometheus Esoterica, because we always plug them. It's not that I love them.
Which
At the
is great.
Oviedo, Florida Mall, there is a new vintage kind of secondhand store called Ducky's. And if you are thinking of Pretty in Pink, you are correct. They have kind of an 80s vibe, although all decades are mentioned. Just really cool stuff to check out. I will show off. I purchased a book from there today. This is one of John Waters' books. They had a surprisingly
So
deep
cool.
collection of cinema books. They had one on the Max Headroom TV show from like 1987.
Oh, wow.
You know, like prom dresses that we all wanted in the 80s. They got
Yeah.
everything from attire. If you remember,
James,
like
your friends are good
Tupperware.
people then. And I also picked up this. If this cultural icon,
Okay, Craig. I see you. Oh my god, so good.
yes,
X Manning Day.
Rex Man.
I'll
Man
pick
the
up some
man,
sneak stats,
save the
too.
empire.
But yeah, if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, trust me, they had like an Atari set up with like your mom's couch with that crocheted blanket that they all had. That's there. You've got Light Bright. You've got like Pez that you haven't seen in like 30 years. It's like, this isn't just antique store. This is
Okay,
like
real quick,
really pop culture.
don't eat 30-year-old pets, okay? Just wanted to get that out there right now.
Are you
Also,
okay, Rob?
One of the cool things they do is, they have all these very, very cool dresses from different eras. They actually have a stage you can get on and just like pose in front of with a nice background. So,
Yeah, you
take a
put on
picture
the
to
outfits
see
and
what
you
the
know,
prop.
do your Instagram influencer thing.
So it's a cool place.
Very cool.
If we're plugging stuff, I just want to plug again something that you two ladies need to be on, make the connections. Women Talk About Horror, the podcast. You can get it on Spotify or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Yes, that, but also you need to be on Women Talk About Horror. They do amazing things where they'll focus just on final girls or different types of tropes. It's a very interesting thing. And they do books and other types of media besides just movie horror. So both of you should take the time to be a guest on that podcast.
Okay. No, I already follow him on Instagram.
Fantastic.
This smells so good.
I'm jealous, Demi. Like you're literally
No,
rubbing it in my titty
you're
face.
You're gonna get some, and we're gonna try it out. I mean, like, if you want the underside of your boobs smelling good, it smells really good.
You changed my life when you were like, put deodorant under there because of the heat rashes I was getting. And I was like, Demi, you're an angel. I fucking love you.
And the thing is, most of us aren't young anymore. We're not 30 years old anymore. So yeah, it's unfortunately we get to the point where sweating is just an aging thing. So yeah, groin powder, white jasmine groin powder.
Why are you doing this to me?
This is
Alrighty.
good.
Creepy Kingdom. Yes,
Smells like
Creepy
really nice
Kingdom. Check
conditioner.
out Creepy Kingdom for James. She'll be writing about MegaCon in the next couple days. So
Oh, we are definitely looking forward to that. And who is she writing for again?
Creepy Kingdom. Check it out. You can
That's
see them
awesome.
on Facebook. You can find them in other lovely locations as well.
James is just like, boop, 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 shit show. Everybody was horny nerds everywhere. I will tell you though, like I never felt more lonely than I did at that party. Being in that kind of group of people is not my thing. And you know how I feel about dating right now. There were so many cougars that were like, and how old are you? Are you legal? And then it was just literally Dirty Dancing. They're like, and like the knee thing like this. And they were just doing this. Like I was sending video to friends because I was like, what's going on here? And like zooming in. Oh my God. Is that a snail trail on his leg? What's happening? I bring you the quality content from the front line. I feel like the guys who report for the hurricanes. Yeah, we're out here. It's a really moist weather front coming through. Oh, Jesus Christ, the cougars are everywhere.
And they paid $35 to get into this thing?
Uh-huh.
Cougars got money.
No, but I'm talking
That's
about
some
like
divorcee money.
paying and then paying $35 for an after party. No,
That's
you don't
crazy to
have
me
do
because
that
when you
now.
pay for Dragon Con, it's everything and you just
Yes.
get in everywhere. Thank
As
you,
with
James.
Spooky, yes.
Moist.
Yeah, and
Moist.
Spooky, you don't have to pay an extra $35 for a bunch of horny people like jumping on people's legs. No.
You get that for free.
Yeah, I was like,
And
that's
weird
included.
hand jobs in the stairwell.
Ew.
It was still hornier at this MegaCon after party, I promise you.
Oh my God. Okay, that we're very anti-MegaCon. That just got me from going ever again.
Well, let's end this show on a more wholesome note. Shall we? Let's stop talking about hand jobs in the back rooms of.
I don't know, because James says they'll do it for free.
Okay, James, go. You know where to go for hand jobs, folks. Boom. All right, so
Look them up. Anyway, yes.
we're gonna play a round of the Rotten Tomatoes game, and today's theme are Addams Family movies.
Accurate.
Okay.
Accurate.
So
All right.
Thank you, Robbie. Wholesome, very good. All right, so we're gonna start with the original Addams Family movie, the 1991, starring Raul Julia and Angelica Houston. It's kind of a classic, I think, now.
At this point, yeah.
And we're doing the percentage rate, we think.
With the
That
percentage. Now, again, just to remind our at-home players who aren't familiar, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't aggregate the average score a movie receives. It's an aggregation of whether people more or less just liked it or didn't like it. It's as simple as you can get. So a movie that got a 75% isn't kind of a good but not great movie. It's just 75% of people will like the movie.
and we're
what do
doing
we
the
think
original
first-
Addams Family or
the
values?
original Raul Julia and Angelica Houston, the first Addams Family movie.
I'm
Where do
going
we think
60
that's
I'm
going?
going 60%.
I'm going to say 72.
I'm gonna say 68. I would say 100 because it's those movies I will literally watch on repeat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, in this case,
Well, what do we got in the chat?
well, our chat actually has the winner. It's Laura at 65. Although in
Yes,
between our
Laura.
little panelists, Harriet and Carly tied. You both came within 4 points. It's
High
actually
five, Harriet.
64%.
Love you. You're the coolest.
So 64% for the original Addams Family.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so the 1993 Addams Family values.
Okay,
featuring
like
Bert.
I thought it was the best. I fucking Debbie Jelinski. Isn't it? Gosh, what's her name? Betty Blacksheep, who does a great Debbie. I can't remember.
She
Yeah,
did Debbie.
no,
We did an Addams Family group, and God, she was friggin'
I was
spot
going to say,
on
we
as
did on
Nailed
Joan
it.
as the Addams Family.
Such
She
a fan.
lost her shit.
I didn't want to give away her real name on the podcast. That's why I was struggling.
Yeah, no, Becky Blacksheep. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
She did, like the Debbie. And no, when we walked in to see Joan Cusack as the Addams Family, tears, literal tears.
Oh, that's
I
so
lost
sweet.
it. It was
Okay,
amazing. She was telling people about us all day. It was like, yeah.
I'm trying
Joan
to
Cusack's amazing.
I'm trying to flash back in time, Rob. I'm gonna say 75.
70.
I'm gonna
Harriet?
up it and say 78.
Okay.
It's a final countdown.
All right, then Harriet wins by 1 point. It was 77%.
That's awesome.
No, she's the film critic, so she knows.
All right.
Get it, Harriet. Oh, and
I'm gonna-
Christina was really close too. She said 79.
Yep. All right, so now we're gonna go forward into the future with the Netflix animated cartoon Addams Family, starring Oscar Isaacs and Charlize Theron.
Was it Netflix? I thought it came out in theaters.
You know what? It came out in theaters for like a hot second, but it went straight to Netflix afterwards.
Oh, I'm gonna say that's bad then. 40.
Some sort of joint project, if I'm not mistaken.
40%.
I was going to say not 42, 38%.
Carly, you must be. We're on the same mental wavelength because you keep stealing my answers.
So
Okay,
to have the same answer, we'll either lose together or win together, baby.
I'm gonna up it and say 45.
Okay.
45. All right. Robbie also says 45 in the chat. Christina says 46. James 54. Well, the answer it's for those who said 45, congratulations. Addams Family animated
Good
got
job.
44%.
Okay.
It was
Now we're gonna talk
entertaining.
about the redheaded stepchild, the one that's actually been yanked and isn't available anymore. The
Daryl
Addams Family reunion, starring Daryl Hannah as Morticia and Tim Curry as Gomez.
What are you talking about? I have never heard of this.
I haven't either.
This was it's
Was
called
it back in the
Addams Family Reunion. It was sort of a direct to video sequel to Addams Family Values. Raul Julia was dead at that point, so obviously he can't come back. Angelica Houston wouldn't touch it without him because she's a woman of standard and substance and principle. So Addams Family Reunion, you can look it up later. Don't, because you might see the score. But yeah,
I'm
Daryl
real
Hannah,
upset at you right now because I've never heard of this film, and now it's like
the only
reality
person that
shift.
came back was Lurch. The actor who played Lurch, I believe, returned, and that was the only
Yeah,
one.
he's dead now, isn't he? He just died recently, didn't he? Past
I
couple
thought he was
years?
still alive.
No, he was still alive because Christina Ricci didn't want to be around him at Spooky a couple of years ago because he was kind of creepy, according to her.
Oh,
Oh.
no. Well, he was just in Doctor Sleep, which is now 3 years old or something. but-
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was
Okay,
wrong then.
I'm gonna say it's 30% tops.
21.
Ooh.
I was gonna say 27.
All right. Well, this is a bit of a curveball, but Carly gets it. This movie was so bad it was only reviewed by 2 critics.
Okay.
Wow.
They both, if you look at these 2 critic scores, Rotten Tomatoes requires 20 reviews by critics to get an official score. So these 2 guys combined, they gave it about 40%. The fan rating, the people who are eagerly watching this, they gave it 33%.
Wow.
That's high.
And just
That
so
is
you guys
high.
know, Lurch still appears to be alive, 72 years
Okay.
old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So again, she had some issue with him, which is why she wouldn't do the Addams Family group pictures. I don't know what, she wouldn't go into details. She doesn't need to, but
Okay.
Okay, I just looked up Daryl Hannah's Morticia, and I'm not gonna lie, pretty hot. Not gonna
Oh,
lie.
hell no. No.
No, she looks pretty hot.
you know what? Daryl Hannah was always very attractive, but don't ask her to act.
No, but she does
She's
look
not Morticia.
really fucking pretty. And I would love Tim Curry as Gomez. Flat out. Love him. Don't care what you
I
say.
couldn't even save it. I watched maybe like 30 minutes of it and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, it was bad.
I
Eric,
love
hello,
her.
Eric. By the way, Eric's costume is
Korg.
Ford,
Oh
thank you.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yes. Can we talk
Boom.
about Eric and Dee for a minute? Just because their costume level, holy shit, man.
Next level. Next level. Everybody can go home, pack it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you want to learn how to costume, just watch what they do.
You know,
You
it's funny.
won't guess them,
Robbie
but-
just mentioned that Daryl Hannah was a great mermaid. It's like if you looked at her early roles, she was an android, she was a mermaid, and she was the missing link in Cave or Clan of the.
You got it right. Clan of the Cave Bear.
Clan of
You're
the
right.
Cave Bear, yeah.
Always,
But she was a model first, right? Like that.
Yeah.
What did we expect?
I don't know. I heard funny things
Movies,
about her, but anyway.
with, Dancing with the Blue Iguana, one of my favorite movies. She's a
I
star in that.
love that movie. I didn't think
Yeah, she
anybody
was
else
good
had
in that.
seen that.
I love that movie. It's one of my favorites. She was fantastic in that, but
And she's a
great.
great assassin. She's a great assassin.
She was great in Kill Bill, but no, Morticia, no.
She got
not so-
better. She definitely got better over time. Anyway, yeah, there was a Clan of the Cave Bear
Yeah.
movie back
Christina,
in
it's old as fuck.
1982, 83.
I was
somewhere
gonna
in
say, I
that
think it's
area.
82. Yeah.
Now I don't obviously I don't have a movie review on this, but there also was a Broadway production of the Addams Family, and that was Bebe Neuwirth, who would have nailed Morticia in my book, and then Nathan Lane as Gomez.
My boy. Which I like Nathan Lane as Gomez just because.
I love Nathan Lane, but the thought of him being into any kind of woman just doesn't.
No,
But he just with
No.
him with the knife between his teeth, and I love it. I love it. I know
Anyway,
he's gayer than gay, but
so we'll end our Addams Family with a softball, the original Addams Family TV show.
83%.
Damn, James, you've seen everything. Goddamn. James saw the Broadway production with them.
I would have loved to have seen Nathan Lane, man. If for nothing, for no other reason than Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Didn't Brooke Shields do it for a while? Am I making that
I
up?
hope not.
I feel like Brooke
I think
Shields
that
was
the
in the
Munsters.
production.
That was the
No, I'm pretty sure she was on one of the touring things of it.
Maybe.
Mm.
I'm going to say 81.
I'm
So I
going
said
low.
83, you said 81. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going low with 53.
Ooh, okay.
Brooke Shields was in fact Morticia Adams
Oh God, damn, that's
I like it.
in the
Well,
Broadway musical in 2011.
ooh,
She looks good.
well, of course she looks good, but
she's Brooke Shields. Of course she looks good.
yeah. Anyway, the Addams Family TV show is fresh at 100%.
Wow.
I was gonna go-
That's rare as fuck. You tricky bitch, Rob.
That's why I called it a softball.
Yeah. Thank you,
Actually,
James.
so-
I appreciate you backing me up. I swear she's Morticia.
Yeah, so on your softballs, make sure you use Carpe Diem for nice, smooth softballs.
Yes,
Fantastic.
all right.
Yes.
That's everything I got, folks. Thanks for playing. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, yeah. And I would love to talk more about the Friday the 13th sale that Spooky had, which was awesome. I hope you all took advantage of it.
Nope, because I
Um,
can't go.
I was gonna say, keep an eye on Spooky because they're gonna be doing stuff like that on a regular basis. They do the best to actually, give good rates to the fans and everything. So before the show, make sure you take advantage of that and you can meet us because won't that be exciting?
And I
we
can
won't
say hi to my favorite person who loves me, my Biffle, Amy.
I need a picture with the two of you braiding each other's hair now.
I'm sure she'll acquiesce to that perfectly. I didn't piss her off with my hot takes about Tim Burton and Game of Thrones.
Oh my God. Can we please not the drama?
Well,
Oh, I'm
she's-
just having fun.
Yeah, I know. It is what it is.
She's a redhead. It's okay, but you know what? The show isn't for everybody. We are not not family friendly, but
Oh,
But
yes,
But we
Rex
are Rex
Manning.
Manning fans.
We are not
yes, we are
PC.
Rex Manning fans.
Oh yes.
All right. Well, then I think we're good. Thank you for
Yes.
joining us, everybody.
Thank
Very
you.
much. Join us next week when we will be talking to William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, even though he's dead. I got a Ouija board upstairs. I don't know. I got nothing. Thank you for joining us, you guys. Make sure you hit live notifications on the page, like, subscribe. Fuck your mom. I don't know. Whatever.
That's the best. I'm getting that on a jacket. Fuck your mom.
Fuck your mom. Whatever. That works.
Bye.
Everyone. Peace.